Hey, click on Detroit. Louie Kamberi here, and the NFL draft is just a couple days away. Thursday night, the Lions hold the 16th overall pick in the draft, and I'm here to let you know of a couple guys that the Lions may or may not be looking at when it comes time to pick at 16. Hey, click on Detroit. Louie Kamberi here, and look who is joining me, the big man, Lomas Brown. Now, I told you Lomas was going to be here to talk about the draft. Yes. And Lomas, I got a couple questions about this draft because I'm not as sold on these Lions picks as maybe you are. First round, they went offensive line. In my opinion, they went with a right tackle, not a left tackle, and Taylor Decker. I had him looking for that offensive line position, so I do like that. But talk to us a little bit about Taylor Decker and what he brings to the Lions.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Our sports producer, Louie Kamberi, is filling in tonight while Jamie is at the Cotton Bowl. And, man, that game is just a disappointment.
It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty, Kim, at all. The college football playoffs, the Spartans are trailing Alabama 38-0 in the fourth quarter. Our Jamie Edmonds is in Dallas covering the game.
I'm just outside the Michigan State locker room.
All right, now if somehow Michigan State comes back and wins that game, they will take on Clemson in the national championship game on Monday, January 11th. Clemson beat Oklahoma 37-17. Let's move on now to the NHL. The Red Wings and the Penguins had a little New Year's party going on at the Joe tonight. Early on, things looked good, but 5 goals later, and it was the Penguins that left celebrating. First period, the Wings with the puck. Check out the speed from Dylan Larkin. He's going to wrap around the net beautifully, leaves it off for Justin Abdelkader, who gets his 12th goal of the season. That made it 1-0. Wings would go up 2-0. Then it was tied 2-2, and Sidney Crosby decided to remind everyone why he's been the best player in the NHL for a very long time. That is his 9th of the year. The Penguins beat the Red Wings 5-2 the final. So the Wings couldn't close out 2015 on a high note, but the Pistons had no problem doing that. They took care of the T-Wolves 115-90 at the Palace tonight. First quarter, stop me if you've heard this one before, guys. Reggie Jackson comes off the high screen, he throws it up, and Andre Drummond finishes it down. 23 points and 18 boards for Drummond. Then in the third quarter, T-Wolves with it, but Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes up with the steal. He goes all the way for the slam. The Pistons finished 2015 in style, 115-90 the final. And finally, now the Spartans got all the attention this week, but we got to not forget about Jim Harbaugh and that turnaround he did up in Ann Arbor. Tomorrow they take on Florida in the Citrus Bowl, and Harbaugh knows Florida's going to be a tough matchup.
Offensively, defensively, the return game, everywhere you look, it's an explosive football team.
How about that?
Hey, they went 9-3 this year. It was a good season for Michigan. We got to not forget about those
guys.
And
I think that game is at 1 o'clock tomorrow, right? Yeah. Fabulous job, too. You're the brains behind Bernie's Sportscast, so we never get to see you, so it's nice to see you on camera. Excellent job.
That's Andy Green's hockey camp. This is also Andy Green's hockey camp. Mixing on-ice and off-ice training is what makes this camp different.
There's different ways of, getting in shape for hockey and getting better at hockey. I feel like today, parents and kids think they have to be on the ice, 12 months a year, and a lot of times they get burned out. And they on 2 days a week here they go in the pool and do some pretty fun exercises in there and get a different kind of workout, a little cross training, I guess you could say. And so like I said, just kind of open their eyes and the different ways of getting things done.
Trenton native Andy Green is now the captain of the New Jersey Devils, but that hasn't stopped him from coming back home to teach the kids the game he loves.
Still call this home technically, and enjoy always come back here and seeing the familiar faces that come back each year, and see guys that I grew up with or that I went to high school with, and now they have kids in our camp, so it's kind of surreal to sit there and think about, you never think of yourself being old, but obviously getting older every year, and to sit there and see these kids out there having fun and smiling and having a great time, it's always good.
The road to the NHL is not an easy one. That's one of the main reasons why Andy holds the camp.
Obviously been very fortunate in what I do, and I had a lot of people that influenced me and helped me throughout the way, and this is one way to give back, just to the community and different youth programs and everything that comes in here that goes right back into the community.
But behind every hockey star, there's a hockey mom. Linda Green is the real hero behind this camp.
She does everything from scheduling the ice to getting insurance for it, the track suits we wear, the shirts we sell, and everything. And it's just it's a lot of work. She loves it. It's a lot of work, like I said. But she don't let her fool you. She enjoys doing a lot of it, and I think her favorite time of the year is maybe the first week after this is done. Then she doesn't think about it, but then it starts right back up again, getting everything ready for next year. But if it obviously wasn't for her, we wouldn't be would not run this smoothly or this well.
Now listen, Taylor, if you're watching, listen to me. This guy right here to my left, he blocked Bruce Smith and Reggie White. Okay, so if anyone knows about how to block stud D linemen, it's this guy right here. So take the advice that this guy gives you. Learn how to play that left tackle position because it's a tough one. But also what Taylor's going to be able to do is in practice go up against an animal of a defensive lineman in A'Shawn Robinson. I really love this pick. I thought A'Shawn could have went in the first round. The Lions get him in the second round. He really brings some attitude to that D line, right?
And that's what they need. And you're right about that. I was surprised that he slid down like that, but he seems to be a powerful guy, a guy that come from a winning program. And see, you can't overlook that. Guys that come off national championship teams, guys that have been coached hard in college, guys that go up against some of the best talent in college. So to me, he should be pro-ready to step in there, take on some of those double and triple teams that he's going to see on the inside. But again, a great pick, somebody that we need to add depth to that front line for us. And again, a position of need that we feel.
I love the creativity he brings because before it was just Ziggy coming off the outside. Now they can maybe create some pass rush from the inside, which is going to help them out. But a great point you made, both these guys, the first and second round pick, these are guys who have played in the National Football playoff games. They've played in national championship games. They know what it's about. The spotlight of the NFL probably isn't going to get to these guys.
And it shouldn't. You're right about that. I mean, you do come in the league a little gaga-eyed, but again, it shouldn't be as much with those guys because of the level of competition, because of where those guys have been at. And again, the adjustment. You know, like I say, you play in the Big Ten, you play in the SEC, you're playing to get some very, very good players and stuff. Not NFL players, but very good players. So I don't think the jump should be that much for Taylor or for A'Shawn. Excuse me. Yeah, A'Shawn.
Yes. Now, Lomas, I want to ask you more questions because I like talking to you, but my neck hurts from looking up at you too much. So we'll have to do it later on in the season when training camp starts. That's my man, Lomas Brown, right there. I'll click on Detroit. Come back here. Eventually, I'll get this guy back here if I can. I don't know if I can afford him. We'll see if I can keep him out there. Thanks for coming, Lomas. Later, guys.